All right, Mason.
Hi.
Mason, where'd you grow up? Where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from New York. I've been moving all around the East Coast probably for about like 2 years now. I lived in New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. And then I decided, after I got fired from my job, because I have Tourette's, they basically fired me because I guess I became too much of like a problem at work.
What kind of things were going on at
Like
work?
I would like I would start having like, I don't know, like not attacks at work, but I just couldn't handle myself at work, so I'd have to like sit down because like my Tourette's like basically makes me like feel like everyone around me is like a tick. So I have to get into a place where I'm alone almost, and they won't. And it was just bad. It was just bad. I was working at McDonald's and I was working at the fryer, and basically I threw the fryer and it went all over the floor, and they just thought that I would, they thought that I would just be a liability because I kept doing it over and over because I was working at the fryer. I was just throwing the fryer all around the back, and they just couldn't handle me there.
Typically, Tourette's you think of as something you're saying.
Yeah.
Was that happening as well?
Yeah. I would, like, sometimes when I would talk to a customer or when I'd be talking to like my manager, I would just blurt out, just say fuck. I'd be like fuck, and like I don't mean to do it. It just happens, and it just got too much, and it started to overwhelm me because I was just so self-conscious about what people thought about me. I had to leave. So I took the last of my money because since I have Tourette's, like it's very hard to like concentrate and stuff. And I didn't realize that like I could actually sing. Like I didn't realize actually I had a voice. And basically coming over here, I came here because my Tourette's gets bad, and like if I'm around a lot of people, if I'm around a lot of people, it gets it's like if I'm around a lot of people, it's hard for me to like control that. So when I'm on the beach, nobody like, looks at me funny or anything because I'm on the beach. It's so big, and that's why I've been here for over like a year and a half because I can like sing, and it's the only place that,
It doesn't affect you when you're singing.
yeah, it doesn't. And I can sing as much as I want out here, and nobody gets mad because I can sing loud too. I love music. I can rap. I can do so much things. And honestly, because it was really stressful for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years just trying to hold that in. But here on the beach, I can just let it out. And it's basically the only thing that I feel safe doing.
And you're on the streets now?
Yeah.
You're homeless?
So I've been homeless for over a year and a half. So, I mean, it's not bad. I like being homeless, but it's just because I can finally be myself and not have to, worry about someone making fun of me or something, So being out on the beach has been like the only way I can make music, and I've been making music for a year and a half, and my voice sounds amazing. Well, I think, you know what I mean? But everything just comes out so smoothly out here, and I've never found a place that, just makes you feel good for just being yourself, I never gotten that opportunity before, so even just being myself
That's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah.
What was your family like growing up?
Well, I was raised in a foster care, well, basically kind of like a foster care. My parents came over to the U.S. when I was a child. My dad is from Saudi Arabia, and my mom is from the U.K. So when they came here, they died they passed away when I was on vacation. Well, they were on vacation with me as a baby. So I got stuck in the U.S., and they put me with a foster care family. Basically, it's kind of hard to explain because they won't let me go back to the UK for another year. I have to go through court and stuff. But they put me with a family that was like really abusive, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm happy to be here, because a lot of bad things happened when I was with those people. They sexually assaulted me as a kid, so it was really hard to grow up, especially having Tourette's and being around that type of
Where do you think the Tourette's comes from? Is it something you inherited, or is it something that came
Honestly,
from your
I
childhood?
don't know because I talked to a bunch of counselors and therapists growing up, and they still try to figure out like why the Tourette's happens. Like I'm actually surprised right now I'm not like, having any tics because I don't know, sometimes when I'm put on the spot, like I get lucky and, I can get away with not having a Tourette's attack,
I'm too relaxing for you.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Literally. Tell me about it.
What kind of things trigger it typically?
Just like being bullied and stuff. I mean, like say if I like get angry, someone like starts name calling me and stuff, like I'll start getting self-conscious and then the Tourette's just happens like all of a sudden. And not only from the bullying, it's just like there's like certain smells and stuff. Like if I smell it, like I'll just like,
Certain smells.
yeah.
Smells will make you do what?
Like I have tics basically, like, I don't know, I just lose control of like, like the part in your brain where you're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say this out in public. Like that just completely goes away and I just feel like I'm at the beach alone and I'm like, fuck. It just comes out loud. I mean, it's funny sometimes because some people will look at me and they'll laugh. They'll be like, oh. And then they'll get the realization that I have Tourette. So they'll be like, okay, you know what I mean? Or I could just say something sexual and it's kind of funny. Like I'd be like, dick. and I don't, like I look at people sometimes too because like when I look at people sometimes my eyes cross and it's like it's hard for me to like focus on what I'm looking at. So people think I'm looking at them, but really like I'm just trying to like confuse myself so I don't look at anyone. So I hate making eye contact with people.
Has it caused problems?
Oh yeah, it's caused problems. I had gotten pulled over once because I used to be able to drive. And I guess the officer didn't know that like, I had Tourette's. And I was looking at him and I just said, you look fucking weird. And
You said it's to a cop.
yeah, I got to take it, but yeah, I didn't. Like the thing is, I was trying to explain to him that I had Tourette's, and I didn't mean to, but oh yeah, I got lucky. I thought he was gonna take me to jail and shit, and like explaining that to a cop, especially being pulled over, like is like the most hardest thing because like when I get under pressure, like I'm like I don't want to talk, I don't want to move, you know what I mean? So it's fun.
Was this happening to you in school when you were a kid?
Yeah. And the thing is, it was hard for me to make friends in school. I mean, a lot of people knew me because I was kind of like a class clown back then. Because like back then, like when you're a kid, no one really looks at like your disease. They just look at you as a person, So you could like get by even though you're weird, but everybody knows you and likes you because they don't have that, social group, I guess. So yeah, everyone knew me and then I left in the 8th grade to go to like school at a different place. And the only reason why I went to the school in a different place because it was a way so I could get away from the abusive people I was with. But yeah.
Do you have friends still?
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of friends. I haven't had contact with anyone because in almost like the past year, because it's just been hard to, I don't know, like try to hold my Tourette's back. And not only the Tourette's, but like just myself back from, just trying to be myself without having to feel like I have to be someone else.
Is there anything that helps it?
No, not really.
Is there anything that triggers it?
It triggers, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that could trigger it, but the main things are like if I smell something or I see something that reminds me of something that happened back when I was a kid and stuff, then yeah, it will. Yeah, I could spend the whole day just like completely just, I don't know, just having like an attack almost. Like I'll have like a tic where I'll shake, my hand goes like this a lot. So I try to hide it from people looking at me because I'll go into a store and they think like I'm high or something when in reality I'm just trying to,
Are drugs a part of your life?
No.
No drugs? Never has?
I smoked weed a couple of times, but that's about it. Yeah.
And how old are you now?
I'm 26 now.
26. And you've been struggling with this since
My whole life, yeah.
Your whole life. Your biological parents passed away how again?
So they came to the U.S. on vacation and they died in a car accident. and I was the only one that survived.
And you were how old?
I was just a baby. I probably was around like maybe a year at least. So as soon as they died, they sent me to the foster care people. It was something through the government because I wasn't a resident, and they couldn't send me back because I guess somebody, like a member of my family from the UK, didn't want me, I guess, coming back because they thought that there was someone that was going to take care of me that was better. But I only stayed with them for like a couple of months, and then they sent me to the foster care. That's when I went to foster care, and I lost contact with everyone. Yeah.
What's been the most difficult part of your life?
Trying to reconnect with my parents, like my biological parents. Because I feel like when I grew up in like the abusive home, it was just hard to even be myself. Like I didn't like anyone there, and the thing was I'd have to like separate myself from the other kids that were there because they just like I kind of viewed it like the Snow White thing. Like, do you know what like Snow White? Not Snow White. There's a movie where like the girl, she's like always has to clean, and the other two girls are like the stepsisters. Oh, Cinderella, yeah. And yeah, kind of like that.
So you're like Cinderella.
Well, I hope so. But I look at it
in terms of
like
how
that.
you're treated.
Yeah. In the way that I'm treated and the way that I grew up. So in reality, I just guess, I don't know, hopefully I just get to have my freedom. I'm not saying I'm a princess, but it would be nice to, have that magical ending,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But Cinderella was treated like crap.
Oh yeah, hells yeah.
Just got the short end of the stick all across the board. And then
And then finally the shoe fit. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm hoping for that. Hopefully that can happen with music, because that's what I've been really pushing for, because that would be amazing if one day my music can get out there and people actually like it.
What kind of music do you make?
Like punk rock music.
Really?
Yeah. I grew up listening to a lot of punk rock, and like a lot of punk rock. Like it was the only thing that I guess like the drums and stuff, and like you could hear it and you could feel it in your chest. Rock music is more like metal music, actually. Metal music is the only thing that just, I don't know, soothes me, I guess. Just like the loudness and just screaming and stuff, it makes everything better. Yeah.
And being on stage or
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff, your Tourette's doesn't come into play.
It doesn't, no. And even if it did, I feel more comfortable, even having that, in front of people.
Is it like a different part of your brain that gets,
Yeah.
You're using a different part of your brain when you're singing?
Yeah, and I keep that special. Like, I don't even think about it or like look at it or even anything, because I don't want it to get affected. And because honestly, if I didn't have music and if I didn't realize I could sing, I guess that's just the gift I have. If I lost that, I feel like I would really have nothing left.
Are you enjoying your life, or are you,
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's just,
being homeless is no fun?
yeah, it isn't. Even though I like it because I don't have to get bullied or anything or harassed. It's hard.
And how do you survive?
Well, I just have a blanket and a pillow, and I just sleep on the beach. It's not really that good way of living. But I try. I mean, I ask people for food and stuff sometimes, but the majority of the time I have to walk around a lot. Because my Tourette's, if I'm not moving and stuff, I can't really, it's just hard to, be, and just it's hard to be relaxed. But.
You've been in love before?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. So there was this one girl I was with, this was over 2 years ago. I was with her, and since I left Connecticut to go to here to LA, that's when we broke up. But I was in love with her. I have her name tattooed on my chest.
You sure do.
Yeah. And then I have my other ex-girlfriend's name tattooed on my neck, Grace. But yeah. Yeah, I've been in love before. They love me. I hope they do. You know,
You're a good partner.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Sometimes that's all you need to be.
Mm-hmm. I hope one day I can get married. That's a dream, to be honest. Like somebody that could actually, you know, just be there, you know. That's a dream, yeah.
What would you like to see happen between now and then, though? You can't just be homeless and...
Yeah,
I guess you could be homeless and...
I could, but that wouldn't work. What I hope is happening, because that's why I came out here, is to make music, and I can make my money off of music, and then hopefully, like, what if I get famous, you know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if, like, I finally get my music out there and people really love it, and I can actually go on stage and do everything I love, you know what I mean? Like, that's the dream.
Is your music anywhere that people can hear it?
Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of stuff. I have my first EP, actually, and I haven't been able to, you know, find a studio where I can pay them so they could, you know, like, what's it called? Like, they can not mix, but like make it sound good. Not make it like sound good, but like the auto-tune part of it, you know? And that's all that needs to happen, and then I can put on an album and get it out of
So
there.
you haven't really finished anything?
Well, I finished the songs. I have all the songs finished. All I have to do is just,
Record
you know, upload.
Produce them.
Yeah, that's it.
But you're
Yeah.
using auto-tune?
Not auto-tune. I don't use auto-tune. I'm just like, do you know like when you make a song and it's like just like the raw version of it?
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what I have, is just the raw version of it. So like it doesn't have any edits and stuff. So you have like parts of like the recording where you
And
just...
who's your band behind you?
It's called Target Practice.
That's the name of your band?
Yeah, yeah.
And where are they?
Well, they're all around. Most people, some of them are in Florida, and some of them are in like California, but in a different part. Yeah. Yeah.
What's your biggest fear now?
Biggest fear? I don't think I have any fears now, to be honest. I don't think I have anything that I'm scared of.
Good for you. What would you say is the most important thing you've learned in your life?
Ooh, that's a good one. Always trying to be yourself. That was the main thing that I learned. Being yourself. Because nobody else can be you, you know what I mean? And no one else can have the impact on the world as much as you do, because you're the only person that's there, you know? So just being as much of you as you can as possible is the best thing. Because you could have money, but money's not going to be there, you know? Friends are going to be there and family, but it's how you treat your friends and your family is what sticks around, because that's what makes, you know, the memory of, I guess, who you are.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much for sharing
Thank
your
you.
story.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you.
Thanks. Even though Soft White Underbelly consists of a lot of videos, it's really still a photography project to me. And if you appreciate the photography, sometimes it's difficult to enjoy it when it's scrolling down the screen, which is the only option I had in this horizontal format on YouTube. So last year we came out with the first Soft White Underbelly book, which is a collection of the best portraits from the thousands of interviews I've done. Each portrait in this book is accompanied by an interesting quote from the person's interview.
Oh my God.
There's more.
Wow. These aren't as bad as I thought. I look like a witch.
I will not be reprinting this book when it sells out. So once it's gone for good. You can order yours at softwhiteunderbelly.org. $125, $150 for a signed copy. And thank you for watching.